Over the next two programmes, Prince Harry gives us a unique and personal look at his life as a co-pilot gunner in the front seat of the Apache. Tonight he focuses on his job with 662 Squadron of the Army Air Corps and gives some personal insights into life in the military. Our reporter Ali Gibson was in Camp Bastion at the same time as Captain Wales.
For the last 4 months, Captain Harry Wales has been deployed on Op Herrick 17, working as an Apache pilot, taking the front seat in this mean machine in one of the world's most dangerous countries. He's been working with 662 Squadron 3 Regiment Army Air Corps, based out of Camp Bastion. It's a busy role, and during the very high readiness or VHR phase of operations, Harry and his squadron are on call several hours a day, ready to respond to the needs of the troops on the ground. On duty, it's FIFA that becomes the squadron's best friend.
Essentially, we just sit inside the tent, play computer games, watch movies and play uckers, and essentially we'll sit there and wait for the phone to go. It could be anything from a medevac through to troops in contact, through to a priority, which is guys being seen with a weapon system, probably moving into a fire position to cause harm.
The call comes and it's time to move. Every second counts. Lives are on the line.
Get to the aircraft as quick as possible. About 6.5, 7 minutes, I think, is the quickest we've got it going.
Basically everything in this aircraft takes time to warm up, but once it's warm, it's good to go and it's spot on.
As the co-pilot gunner, Captain Wales sits at the front, operating the Apache's arsenal of weapons, handling communications and a complex mapping and targeting system. The Apache is one of the most advanced attack helicopters in the world, capable of flying up to 205 miles per hour and boasting a range of weapons including Hellfire laser-guided missiles and a 30mm chain gun. Able to fly in freezing cold or scorching desert heat, it can operate day or night and detect, classify and prioritise up to 256 potential targets in seconds. And being such a complicated beast, is designed for a PlayStation generation.
9 times out of 10 you're at the head of the aircraft, and then you do a master load, which is basically like a hard drive straight into the aircraft. It wakes the aircraft up. All the information on that disk goes into the aircraft. So if you put any information into the screens or into the computer before that happens, it overwrites it. So then you have to start again. So yes, you can get to the aircraft as quick as you can, but then you just kind of, once you're in, that's all you can do. You have to wait for the aircraft to do all its thing and wait for Dave to start up the engines. Once the engines start, once you're rolling, that's when my job starts to become a little bit rushed.
From troops on the ground, the Apache commands a huge amount of respect, its call sign known as Ugly. Prince Harry has made no secret of the fact that he wanted to join the Uglies long ago, but his loyalty to his original regiment remains.
My helmet, it's kind of a personal thing. It's the only place you can really have all your own stuff on it. So for me, my OC allowed me to have my blue, red, blue badge, which means a lot to me.
One of the main roles of the Apache teams out here in theatre is to provide air support to the MERT, the Medical Emergency Response Team. These frontline lifesavers fly into danger zones to pick up injured troops, bringing them back to treat at the Roll 3 Hospital here in Camp Bastion. It's the role of the Apache pilots to provide air cover for the medics during those crucial minutes after an incident when life hangs in the balance.
When we're escorting the MERT and the Tricky, that's normally the worst because there is pressure on the fact that you've got to get that aircraft in and out safely. Clearly there's a bloke injured on the ground, so you need to make sure it happens very quickly. And also sometimes with the Americans it's hard to get hold of them because of the difference in the radio systems and stuff like that.
Often, because of the sheer impact the Apache has, it deters the enemy. But like any other soldier on the front line, Captain Wales has the right to fire his weapons if lives are under threat.
It's pretty noisy. We got CEPs, which is basically earplugs that are connected onto the helmet as well. It's better than driving around in a tank, as far as I can tell. When you fire, you still get the cordite smell, which is bizarre. The whole floor vibrates, and when you fire a missile, the whole aircraft shudders a little bit.
Essentially, we're doing as much as we can to make sure that the guys aren't being shot at, and if they are being shot at, where they're being shot from, then do whatever we have to do, you know, with the capabilities of the aircraft.
The action doesn't always stay outside the fence. Less than a week into his tour, danger came calling at Camp Bastion. Insurgents breached its perimeter fence and damaged US Harriers. The attackers were killed. It's a day no one will forget, least of all Captain Wales.
This camp is in the middle of Afghanistan, and we should be expected to be attacked at any point, and the guys dealt with it really well, and it was on my birthday, so it was a bit of a reality check.
From the Blues and Royals to the Army Air Corps, it's been quite a journey to get the Prince back out to Afghanistan, and it's not been without its compromises.
It's a weird reality being stuck in Bastion. For me, I hate it, being stuck here. I'd much rather be out the lads and in a PB. The last job was for me personally better. Obviously lots of guys like the luxury and the comforts of Bastion, but what's weird, as I said, is we're stuck in Bastion, and what's going on out there is completely separate, but as soon as we're outside the fence, we're in the thick of it. Yes, okay, we're at 2,000 feet, supposedly safe, but anything can go wrong with this thing, but at the end of the day, we're out there to provide cover and protection for the guys on the ground.